Hello, this is Maritza Nadia, and in this video we are going to learn how to use the report of landing pages on Google Analytics 4. Because even if it is really important to know how the different kind of pages are working and screens of my apps are working in general terms, another question that we normally ask is, when those pages are the first page that people land when they are doing a new session on my website, which of them are more persuading in order to allow people to stay longer? Which of them, when they are the first page, allow people to visit more pages? So in this regard, we do not need to see this information in the page and screen report, but in the landing pages. So again, the landing page report in Google Analytics 4 is going to allow us to have a lot of metrics, a lot of insights about those pages that act as the first page that people visit when they land in my site. Okay, so it's the first page view of the session. And in this regard, this is really important in order to identify which of these pages are more attracted in order to make people stay longer, which of these pages are going to be the best way in order to make people engage the most, or in order to allow people to return again. So in here, we can have a set of different kind of metrics that we can personalize in order to know different kind of information about all the pages. When we have this landing page report, we only have one dimension that we can select, which is the landing page itself, that is going to show all the pages on my website for the selected period of time, just organized by the URL, okay, the last part of the slide. So imagine that we select here the last 12 months, we apply, and we organize all this report by, for example, the number of users that has visited each of these pages, understanding that those pages were the first page that they land when they were doing a new session on my website, regardless the acquisition of the traffic, regardless if they land in those pages by search engines, by social media, by emails, or whatever. Just they land, and the entry page, the entrance, was this specific page. Okay, what is important in this regard is the normally when we want to do this analysis, we need to know different kind of stuff. The first thing is that when we have this symbol on a page, this means that this is the home page, okay? Because if there is no slash, it is because this is just the domain name. Every single time that in one specific report you see this, without any letters, without any slash, it is because we are talking here about the home page, okay? But what else? It is really interesting to analyze all the pages one by one. So what we can do, for example, is searching for one specific page in here. Imagine that we want to have a look to the specific page devoted to voice marketing, and we can have the slash here. We are just analyzing this. But why do we need to analyze this? Because we can add some secondary dimensions in order to properly know a lot of information about this. And this is especially important if we are undertaking different kind of acquisition traffic strategies devoted to different kind of channels. For example, if we click here, we can go to traffic source and we can go to manual, so that we can have a look to a lot of information that we have previously said. If the strategy that we were undertaking, the marketing strategy devoted to traffic acquisition, was done by using different kind of versions of the URL with parameters or UTMs, okay? For example, imagine that we want to know the campaign ID of this specific traffic acquisition marketing strategy. So we know that the name that somebody has given to the UTM of campaign ID has been this or this, okay? On the other hand, if the campaign ID is not enough and we want to go to the specific content, let's see another example. We can go to traffic source, to the session manual, add content. This means that if we have selected in the UTM that is called content, different kind of names for different kind of creative pieces or something, if we click here, we are going to be able to see all the different kind of names that we have given to the specific traffic acquisition source. Imagine that we want to do this in another one. Okay, which is another page that includes LinkedIn. Okay, remember that we are going to be able to see all the different kind of URLs that were landing to the website to the, in this case, this guide, another different kind of website, but that includes also LinkedIn in the secondary dimension, even the homepage or whatever. But imagine that we are going to just focus on GA LinkedIn. If we don't want to see the rest of them, we can include here a more specific query to only see this specific page, okay? Once we know this specific page, we can see the different kind of contents, add contents, for example, the newsletter, Instagram posts, Instagram stories, or LinkedIn posts. And the same we can do with, for example, traffic source, campaign ID, or even campaign name. Let's see another one, which is this specific landing page. And let's have a look to the different campaigns acquisition actions that has landed into this specific first page, okay? For example, we can have a look to this, clicking on traffic source and always manual. And we are going to have the difference between campaign ID, which is just the name that people have given through the UTM of campaign ID, or campaign name that is going to also include not just this, but other sources of traffic that were not properly tagged. For example, traffic source, campaign name. They are going to include the same, but also organic traffic coming from search engine, but not just from those specific actions that were done, but just in a natural way, or even referral traffic, okay? Another way of gathering this information is, for example, by adding filters in which we can select a dimension, which is the landing page. We can have the exact match and we can include the specific value. This case, we can apply to this. And we are going to only see here this specific page, okay? And the same, we can add different kind of values that we consider that we want to see per user, for example, the country of people visiting this, okay? Remember that apart from adding filters, we can use this report and customize it the way we want, adding comparison or adding other metrics by customizing the report. The only thing that we must know is that we cannot select different dimensions here. So the only thing that we cannot really customize in the landing page report are the different dimensions, because we only have the dimension of the landing page. And the last thing that I want you to know is that you need to distinguish this report from the report on Google Search Console that is called organic search traffic, okay? In the landing page report, we are going to see all the pages that act as the first page that people visit when creating a new session, regardless the traffic acquisition channel. This means that this is the first page that people have seen, maybe coming from search engines in an organic or inorganic way, maybe coming from social media, organic or inorganic, coming from emails, coming from ads. We are going to see everything that has happened, regardless the traffic acquisition channel. But we also have the possibility of having landing pages on Search Console reports by clicking in the report of organic search traffic coming from Google. In this regard, we also have landing pages, but only landing pages in which people have landed after clicking in a search snippet. only in the platform of Google. Okay, so in this regard, we are going to only see the landing pages from our SEO strategies or visitors that are accessing to my website by using this first page in sessions that are coming from Google for search engines in an organic point of view, organic, not inorganic, and only from Google. And it is important to distinguish this from the other because in here we are going to see all the different kind of traffic acquisition channels, medium, or platforms. Thank you so much.